Step into the shadows of real-life mysteries, where the 6 vices fuel cold-blooded crimes. Forensic truth unveils hidden motives, and justice delivers its verdict. For mind-boggling true crime cases from around the world, like, share, and subscribe to the channel Crime True Cases.
Welcome back to Crime True Cases. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you never miss our deep dives into history's most gripping crimes. Smash the like button if you love true crime mysteries as much as we do, and share this video with friends ready to explore the dark side of human nature. For promising lives. One quiet college town, and a suspect whose background stunned the world. This is the story of Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of one of the most haunting crimes in recent American history. Today, we unravel the Idaho student murders, the investigation that gripped millions, and the courtroom drama that followed. November 13th, 2022, Moscow, Idaho. For University of Idaho students, Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin are found brutally murdered in their off-campus home. The crime scene is chaotic. No signs of forced entry. No immediate suspects. Weeks pass. The town is paralyzed with fear. Then, on December 30th, Bryan Kohberger is arrested in Pennsylvania. A Ph.D. student in criminology with a chilling interest in the psychology of crime. But how did investigators connect the dots? The victims, Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan, were asleep when the unthinkable happened. 2 roommates survived, shaken but unharmed. How did a stranger slip in and vanish without a trace? Kaylee Goncalves, 21, was a force of nature, assertive, kind, and fiercely protective of her friends. Raised in Rathdrum, Idaho, she was due to graduate early and start a tech career in Austin. Just days before her death, she told friends she felt watched. Madison Mogen, 21, marketing major and part-time server. Known for her bright humor and love of pink, Maddie planned a future in Boise with her boyfriend. Her energy was magnetic, her loss devastating. Xana, 20, a sports fiend with a heart of gold, and her boyfriend Ethan Chapin, also 20, with the glue of their friend groups. Xana fought back with over 50 defensive wounds. Ethan, a triplet, left behind siblings and a foundation in his name. Bryan Christopher Kohberger, born 1994, Pennsylvania, top-tier criminology student turned suspect, once bullied, then obsessed with serial killers. He wrote about numbness and violence as if reality were a video game. Who is Bryan Kohberger, really? Bryan was Ph.D. student at Washington State University, just 10 miles from the crime scene. He studied criminal behavior. He posted surveys asking criminals how they chose their victims. Was this academic curiosity or something darker? Neighbors described him as quiet. Some said he was socially awkward, but his digital footprint revealed a fascination with serial killers. At Washington State University, Bryan was a teaching assistant by day and researching crime by night. Colleagues called him intense, condescending, even predictive of predator behavior. On the day of the crime, between 4 o'clock and 4:25 a.m., an intruder moved with chilling precision. No forced entry. No link to the victims. Just a white Hyundai Elantra circling the house. What drove investigators from dead ends to DNA breakthroughs? Let's dig deeper. At 1122 King Road, police found a nightmare. blood-spattered walls, handprints and blood, party cups untouched, and a K-bar knife sheath with male DNA. Investigators mapped Wi-Fi logs, tracked a Hyundai Elantra, and zeroed in on a Q-tip swab from Kohberger's trash. The net closed. Genealogical DNA, behavioral forensics, a phone disabled during the murders, something he hardly ever did, plus VPN use and searches on serial killers. The digital trail was damning. The murder weapon? A fixed blade knife, never recovered. But investigators found a knife sheath at the scene, with DNA that matched Kohberger. Surveillance footage placed his car near the house multiple times before the murders. Cell phone data showed suspicious movements, and a surviving roommate described seeing a masked figure. The evidence was circumstantial, but chillingly consistent. Then the trophy selfie, a thumbs-up taken post-crime. Prosecutors played it as proof of malice. Defense called it one of many selfies, but to the public, it felt sick. The investigation spanned multiple states. FBI, local police, and forensic experts worked around the clock. They used genetic genealogy, a technique that cracks the unsolvable cases. They tracked Kohberger's car, his phone, and even his trash. Every clue was a thread, and slowly, the tapestry of truth began to form. But was it enough for a conviction? Gag orders, intense victim statements, and a guilty plea deal that shocked everyone. On June 30th, 2025, Kohberger agreed to plead guilty, spared from death row, but sentenced for consecutive life terms plus 10 years. He declined to speak, and with that, the case closed except for one haunting question. Why? The Idaho 4 murders ripped through social media. Armchair detectives tripped investigations. Victims' families fought for transparency. And DNA genealogy stirred fierce debates on privacy. Campus safety protocols changed. Criminology courses, revised curricula, and the Vandal Healing Garden stands today, a memory of 4 lives stolen. The case sparked global interest. True crime podcasts, Reddit threads, TikTok theories. It raised questions about privacy, digital surveillance, and the ethics of forensic science. And it reminded us, evil can wear the mask of normalcy. The victims became symbols, the suspect became a mystery, and the town of Moscow became a name etched in history. Incarcerated for life, Kohberger reportedly avoided discussing his case with inmates, but fixated on true crime media, binging court TV and high-profile trials, and would switch the channel when segments mentioned his family or friends. He was said to favor American Psycho and often dissected criminal cases, psychoanalyzing people and motives in everyday conversations. Accounts describe extreme hygiene routines, very long showers, scrubbing hands until red, burning through soaps, and frequent requests for fresh linens and clothing. After leaked jail footage spurred a security review, authorities later released hundreds of pages of records, including interviews, photos, and evidence summaries. While at Washington State University, more than a dozen complaints had reportedly flagged his behavior, ranging from demeaning or discriminatory remarks, often toward women, to classroom clashes that made some students and faculty feel unsafe. Multiple women alleged he humiliated them in class. Some faculty and students said he lingered or followed female professors, prompting escorts to cars and wider safety precautions. Several academics later said his lack of empathy and fixation on the psychology of offenders raised alarms. One even cautioned colleagues that he could become predatory in a future academic role. In the end, Evidence solve the how, but the why slips through our fingers. We mourn Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, Ethan. We learn lessons in forensics, in community resilience, and in the darkness that sometimes hides in plain sight. If you found this deep dive eye-opening, hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Help us keep these stories alive, and help us uncover truth where justice demands it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What unanswered question haunts you most about this case?
Step into the shadows of real-life mysteries, where the 6 vices fuel cold-blooded crimes. Forensic truth unveils hidden motives, and justice delivers its verdict. For mind-boggling true crime cases from around the world, like, share, and subscribe to the channel Crime True Cases.